I'm very happy that I can be here in this interdisciplinary group, because this is very important and this is success for today, be with the people with the different branch. I represent medical university, and I want to show you some proposition and ideas for the teaching the student, teaching the recipients of education, AI in data science for medical industry. But sometimes it's the people with no mathematical or IT backgrounds. So the question is how to do it. Well, first I want to show you some example of the Polish population of candidates for the data science industry. Let's look on the graph. I show you a representation of 5 big fields and 13 disciplines. And finally, we can see that the most interesting people connected with our branch, for our branch, is the life scientists. Second group is medical. Last one is scientists like me. Give you some examples what the candidates for the industry will do it. Future staff, which will help and cooperate with us. It's not only genetic and clinical researchers, but also the people from pharmaceutical companies, hospitals, and health policy. And the very important idea for the Poland is the centers for digital medicine. In the Poland now we have the 16 centers. And I hope in the 2-3 years, when we have the next meeting, I hope, we can share about the opinion of the standard data from the big clinical hospitals in Poland. So this is very important idea from the Polish government. But also we must remember about the branch connected with the space. Space biomedical engineering labs is also the place where the people from data science, people with AI skills and competences are very important. Finally, conclusion is that we must remember that our recipients of the educations is generally three fields: medical, scientists, and life scientists. Okay, on the next graph, I show you the level of the programming knowledge, our candidates of the education. And you see the most of them are the beginners, and only the part is intermediate level. But what to do? Next question is, do you use programming skills only for the study, only for the change your position job? Yes. You see, 15% of people who start the education like this start with practice in programming only for exam, only for the first step. And the most of the people have the experience less than 6 months. So we must remember about it, who will be our students. How to do the education? I think that good idea is start from, of course, the basic knowledge, which is very important, and knowledge which is practice with medical examples. And of course, here we have the people from IT, from maths, from data scientists, and of course medical experts. This is very important. And the first stage of the education is the place where the most important are medical experts and IT experts. Second step is the technical skills. Of course, we must remember also about soft skills, which are very important when we want to have the teamwork, which is very, very modern and very important for education from our branch. And technical skills and, of course, soft skills together, because we build advanced models and we try to apply this knowledge from the basic step. And the final step, very important, final step, interdisciplinary team. So the projects where the medical data are very important. Expert data cooperate with IT experts. So finally, the education should be always with the 2 experts. One of them, medical experts, and of course, IT experts. So this is important, and when you have only technical experts, sorry, it's not good. And effectiveness of the educations we do not like, we want for the future stuff. Okay, this is only idea, doesn't matter about the names, it's the Polish names, but it's not important. Important is that we have here 3 blocks. First block, you see, is a block connected with the soft skills. Second block is technical blocks, which is in the middle. And the final, block number 3, is medical block. And you see also 3 colors, blue, dark blue, blue, and the red. And in the middle, in the second semester, you see the cooperation on the same subjects where we have experts from medical side and also IT experts. And the final, last semester, is only cooperation. And important is the final presentation capstone, so the final project where you use 3 experts inside. So you use soft skills, medical skills, and of course, technical skills. Well, let's see something more about learning by doing. So projects, not exams, not tests, projects, so learning by doing. And we have a proposition in the 3 steps, where first step is the knowledge and soft skills blended learning with classes. It's the education about 2-3 months. And then is the second step, application, practice, where the most important are medical experts. And then we start cooperation, which use the online meetings and work in the small groups, always with 2 experts. And this is important that first projects should be selected teams. So you don't have choice, because in the life you will work in different teams, and not always you can choose the people which you like with the higher competences. So this is very important to practice for 3 projects. 3 projects, because different data, structure data, image data, and text data. Because in Poland, the most of the analysis, especially in the department like me, Department of Computer Science and Statistics, the main job is connected with structured data. Yeah, we don't remember that we have huge database with the image data and text data, which are very also important. Okay, stage number 3 is the presentation of the students in the small group. Presentations very quickly, and with the question and with the feedback, which is very important. And also here, it should be the cooperation with 2 experts. And the final stage after education, which should have 2 semester, 3 semester, when I'm thinking about postgraduate studies, is the project where you can build your team. And you also cooperate with the IT expert, which is not so important, but now important is the questions, clinical questions from medical expert. And this is very good idea to invite people from outside. So not your teacher, not your staff from your university, but people from the outside, from the different companies, from different universities. And then the feedback for the students is really, really good. Okay, and something about the experience of our candidates about projects. Generally, when we have the candidates for the education like this, and we ask about the project experience, difference between these 3 fields is not significant. But you see the percentages about the people who have the experience. Well, in the second graph, which you don't see, we compared the knowledge from the Python exam between the people who had the experience with project and not experience with project. Of course, the result was the better results for programming is for the people who had the experience with projects. Okay, final conclusion is methodology for educators, methodology for learning, teaching our future staff. So important is implementation in education appropriate methods based on the practice projects, which is important for the communication and cooperation of our students. And we must remember that is the IT branch generally, new technologies. So our education should be based for blending learnings. So traditional classes face-to-face, classes online, but also asynchronous communication, asynchronous teaching. So e-learning platforms, education platforms, which are very helpful for our education. Okay, opinion after education like this. I show you some statistics after our first edition of the postgraduate study, which we create with the expert from Roche and medical experts. You see that people are rather happy from the classes and the education like this. And when we ask about your opinion about support from IT expert, which is very important at the first level of the education, it was rather high. Let's look for the opinion after the first small projects, because during the education, the students, it's a good idea to do small projects, which take about a month, and the big project at the end of the study, not exam, big project. So important for me is the opinion that the people, that our students share the ideas, work together, and of course compare different strategies, discuss, and exchange the experience, and very important, remaining gaps in the knowledge and practice. And final important base is the real data. Always real data from medical places, and also it must be the constant communication with the experts, which are mentors, not the teachers. Okay, and some opinion after project about the satisfaction in team achievements and also cooperation in the group. It was the scale from 1 to 5, and the columns which you see, it's the answers 3, 4, and 5. So finally, I must tell you that the level of the education and educators and methodological skills are very important, and also the students show us in the opinion this is important. And like I said, medical experts cooperate with IT experts. This is very important. Okay. When we start education with the new students at the beginning, before we start our education program, it's a good idea to show the results, final results. And you see picture from our graduating moment when the beginners start education, but also the people who finish our study show and present everybody the result. And like you see the last opinion of the student, that it was practical application connected with the clinical trials and clinical data analysis. And the student from the beginning of the study said that I'm pleased that I had the opportunity to learn about these outcomes at the beginning of the study. So motivation at the beginning. Okay, and expectation of the recipients of education for data science branch. Well, you see 4 columns. Motivation is rather easy to recognize that people want to have new professional experience, maybe retraining, solid foundation for the work with the interdisciplinary teams, which is a team from IT and medical side. But important is the 2 columns inside, where the students show us that important for them are technical skills and also medical skills. They won't create tools, they want to do automatically testing, they want to use large medical data sets, AI models in medical application, of course, and also you see is the interesting about scientific data and analysis big scientific data, which is also important because thanks to research we can get a nice project in application. And of course the project, people want to have experience with mastering data science project and team management, create own project and give the feedback from the experts. Okay, my final conclusion. My final conclusion for the education connected with AI and data science for our branch is medical data, which is not easy in Poland. I hope that in a few years will be easier process. Medical and IT experts always together, classes where we have two experts, so interdisciplinary cooperation, mentors and project, practical part of the study, and important is the idea we cooperate, not competition, and medical expert, technical expert, and also evaluation from business, evaluation and assessment by external experts. So thank you so much for attention, and thank you that I can show us my proposition, our proposition for education for our branch. Thank you.